What's happening, guys? UFC 313 this weekend. I'm going to give you a breakdown, picks. Let's get into it. We're going to go with King Green and Mauricio Ruffi. This is an interesting one. King Green is a massive underdog. So he's the Ruffi. He's the Ruffi in this, I don't know if is that what they say that in, you guys say that in America? We call Ruffi like an underdog, big underdog. He's like, oh, he's a Ruffi. We do that actually with the horse racing. I don't know if that's a thing for you guys. But Ruffi is a heavy favorite against King Green. I'm going to start off with saying I might be going the underdog here, especially when, I like to go with the value. And I just think with someone like Green, who's very unorthodox, a hard style to understand, they're always a good underdog pick because they can always throw a spanner in the works because of how unorthodox and how awkward they are. His style, obviously, he's not, hasn't had the momentum. He doesn't have momentum right now, and Ruffi does. But I think King Green's awkward style can make it a hard time for Ruffi. So I'm going to go, look, Ruffi's paying $1.19 here on Sportsbet, which is nothing. So I'm going to go with the underdog here, massive underdog with King Green purely because I just don't like, he's paying like almost $5 to 1 when he's a very unorthodox guy who could be a problem for anyone. On a good day, he can give anyone problems. He's always going to be a tricky fight for anybody. So I am going to go with a massive underdog to get things going. You guys know I love underdog. There you go. Now we're going to go to the next one. Amanda Lemos, Yasmin Lucindo. So I'm going to go here. So another favorite is Lucindo. I might be going with I will go with the favorite here. I am going to go with the favorite here because there's not much in it. So not a massive favorite. A bit of momentum at the moment. Lemos isn't someone to take lightly. Having a win over someone like Mackenzie Dern, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that happened. No easy task. Mackenzie Dern, you've got to remember, she's a gamer. She's good, very well-rounded, great ground game, very aggressive. Not an easy fight for anybody. So to have a victory over her means you're doing okay. It means you're always going to be quite competitive. But I am going to go with the favorite here. Just because there's a favorite, momentum, not much in it. Again, I'm going with value here. Remember, gamble responsibly. So I will go with Lucindo. I'm going to go decision. Decision win for Lucindo. Now let's move on. We're going to do Jalen Turner paying $2.08 against, do I even bother with this? Bajo Mendez. I'm going to just say his second name, Bajo Mendez. So Bajo Mendez is the favorite. So we're going to go another underdog here because Jalen Turner is a savage. Obviously, he was on a tear, a couple of losses. So a lot of people probably why he would be the underdog. And, maybe Bajo Mendez is on a bit of a tear at the moment. But Jalen Turner is no joke. He's a tough fight for anybody. Very dangerous fighter. Even dangerous when it comes to the ground with submission threat, but obviously on the feet. He knows how to find the chin. Very lanky, very tall, very awkward, and great striking, great eye. So I'm going to go with the underdog here. Not a massive underdog, Jalen Turner, not paying too much, but I think it's a pretty safe bet, and there's more value there. I think it could be a finish. I think he could be back to his old finishing ways. So I might go with a finish or just a win. Up to you guys. Remember, gamble responsibly. Jalen Turner for the win. Underdog pick. I'm thinking he's probably going to go by a finish, but I will pick him to win. Now, co-main and main event, Justin Gaethje and Fiziev. Rafael. So this is great fight. Dan Hooker unfortunately broke his hand, which was going to be an incredible fight. Justin Gaethje and Dan Hooker. I think everyone was looking forward to that fight, but we're still in store for an insane fight. Another great fight. Both of them, they've already fought, and it was already a very fun fight, a very exciting fight. Gaethje wins it. It was a three-round fight last time. So let me sort of explain this. I think it was only a three-rounder last time. Rafael's coming in on short notice. Three-rounder again. Rafa was clearly winning the earlier rounds in their fight. So I'm guessing that's why he might be favourite, because he was looking very good early, but then he tired. So I want people to remember he tired, and this is short notice. Is this going to happen again? Or does he put Kenny, because he's going to land on Gaethje? He did last time. I think he will again. Does he land on Gaethje and end it here? Because it is a 3-rounder. Interesting fight. Again, purely, I thought Rafael would be the underdog, and I was going to come in steaming hot, be like, yes, Rafa's underdog, my underdog pick. He should be underdog. They lost the last time, short notice, but I'm telling you, he's coming in. He's going to do better this time. So I think that's still the case. And Rafa's my guy, so I'm going to have to go with Rafa. So maybe a bias, whatever. It is short notice. I haven't been able to see how he was training, even when I was over there in Thailand. Didn't get a chance to catch up with him. But, so this one, a tricky one. I like value. Justin Gaethje, full camp. The value's there, obviously. So remember I said that. But I'm just going to go with my dog again. No bias. I'm going with my dog, Rafa. I reckon he's going to come out hungry. He might get the finish early. I think if Rafa wins, it has to be by finish. And I think he can do it. So I'm going to go KO victory for Rafa. But, if it goes to decision, which could definitely happen, especially with the value, Justin Gaethje's there. But Rafa, my guy, can get it done. So, Pereira and Ankalaev. Interesting one. Originally, when I heard about this fight, I was like, this is a tough matchup for Pereira. Still think it is a tough matchup. Pereira's paying $1.89 and $1.95. So they're pretty even. So it's pretty even. Slight favourite, Alex Pereira. But then the more and more I look into it and chat about it, which I may as well have this conversation with you guys, Pereira, his takedown defense is getting better and better. So let's remember his fight with Jan Blachowicz. Was able to stop takedowns, was able to get back to his feet, showed a lot of improvements in his takedown defense against a solid, wrestler. Probably not as good as Ankalaev. I think Ankalaev's wrestling, grappling is going to be much better than Jan Blachowicz, to be quite honest. But I think Pereira's confidence and understanding, he's always had a good understanding, but now even better understanding of the grappling, takedown defense and all that sort of stuff. And knowing that I don't think Magomed, even if he does get to the ground, he's going to finish him and it's going to go back to the feet. I think he's going to be able to handle that. I think he could handle that. And then on the feet, Ankalaev, great fighter, southpaw, does some great things, can look very effective on his feet, but Pereira is insanely good on the feet. There's a couple of habits that Ankalaev has. I say this every time he fights. He loves a check hook. It's very effective for him. But you get the right guy in front of you, like Alex Pereira, and you're doing some of the habits that you always do, he's going to capitalize on it straight away. Or even if he picks up on these habits during a fight, he will capitalize pretty quickly. He is that good. He's got that good of eye. He's that composed. He's that level-headed. So that's why now I'm like, you know what? I think it's going to be hard to bet against Alex Pereira with just how things are going to be. I think with that inside leg kick, I don't know if you remember with Jan Blachowicz and Ankalaev, was able to make a mess of Ankalaev's lead leg. So obviously for him to find that opportunity, it's going to be there. Where Ankalaev is most effective on his feet and feels most comfortable is going to be probably where he's vulnerable for that inside leg kick. He's going to want to change it, but obviously it was landing so many times the first time because that's where he's most comfortable. There's a good chance he gets there again. And Alex Pereira, with his kicks, he's got no tells with his kicks. He doesn't tell it. He goes from A to B. You barely know what's coming. He's in this sort of stance. He's in your sort of face playing there, and it just comes. You don't even see it coming. While he's moving around, all these like sort of jagged movements, bit of head movement, they just come. There's no tells. Very, very hard to see when anything's sort of coming. And he's so pinpoint accurate when you come in and decide to commit. So he's very dangerous because he puts the pressure on and he can flick stuff out untelegraphed and set things up to, offensively. And then on the counter, very, very, very good on the counter. hard fight for Ankalaev to stay on the feet. He's going to want to take it down. He will try and take it down. He might get takedowns, 5 rounds of them. Does, beating up the leg a little bit, does Pereira just eventually find it? I think so. I think he's going to be technically sound enough to not get submitted on the ground and that fight continue. And even if he does hold him, because he's going to have good control. He's training over there. I don't know exactly where he trains, but I'm sure he's got great grappling. Ankalaev, probably really good with control. But I think it's going to be more controlled based. So I don't see him being able to submit Pereira. Unless Pereira gives something up in his process to building up, which I'm sure he's going to be, working with Glover Teixeira. I think he's going to be pretty sound there. I think he's going to make the right decisions. He's pretty clever and durable and composed. So it's going to be hard for Magomed to maybe capitalize on opportunities that may be there on the ground. So I am going to go with the favorite on this one, Alex Pereira. KO. I'm going to go with TKO KO. I think with him, it's always a pretty safe bet, especially when he's a favourite. You're going to go KO. I don't think it's going to be early rounds. Could definitely do it straight away. I'm thinking maybe second or third round, TKO. But I believe it could go to the ground. I think he's going to be okay. But the fact that they're always going to have to stand back on the feet, he's going to be landing some of these kicks. He's going to be throwing things in front of Magomed that is going to make it very, very hard for Ankalaev to sort of be able to capitalize on, you know what I mean? I think he's going to probably have some desperate shots when Alex Pereira puts that pressure on. Does he get caught while he's doing that? Or does he get the takedown? He might get the takedown, but when does he get caught? When he starts panic shooting or panic punching because he's not finishing Pereira on the ground if he takes it there. That's how I see this fight going. So I think it's just going to be, I think of Pereira eventually finding it. So it's very, very hard to bet against Pereira here, even though Ankalaev is a very, very hard matchup for him. But I think the fact that it's 5 rounds, Pereira ends up finding that chin. So that's my predictions. So a pretty detailed prediction in that main event. So take what you want from that. I told you that Magomed will get the takedown. I reckon there's a good chance he will get the takedown, but can he do anything with it? So from some of the information I gave you, let me know what you think about it. Or, again, gamble responsibly, but take in what you want out of that and gamble responsibly however you want with all that sort of knowledge. So I got into detail there. Obviously, with the big underdog in King Green, remember what I'm saying and why there's value there, because he's very unorthodox. So there's a couple of key points. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but I'm pretty good with my underdog picks usually. But yeah, good value in them. But thanks for tuning in. I should have a reaction. I'm actually gonna be over there. I think I can tell you guys that now. I don't know when they're going to announce it, but I'm going to be over there doing a press conference. So I'll be watching it live. So I don't know if I can do a live reaction. I might do an instant reaction, or maybe I'm allowed to have a camera in my face while I'm watching the fights, because I'm sure we're going to get some big moments on this card. So enjoy the fights. Let me know how you go. Let me know your thoughts on my picks, and good luck with it all. Cheers. What's up, guys? Volk here. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, make sure you like, subscribe, click on the bell to keep yourself notified. I appreciate every single one of you.